Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making a ribbon wreath. And if we're making a ribbon wreath, we're going to need some ribbon. So just get your ribbon. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 rolls of ribbon at 75 feet each. Yeah, so let's get... This is my ribbon from the grab bags. It's not great ribbon. I don't mind this. I don't even mind the buffalo check in all its various forms. It frays really bad. So, I have 47 rolls of ribbon, and I had no idea what to do with it. Disregard the noise of me literally throwing these across the room. So last night I was laying in bed about to go to sleep and I was like, wait a minute. Does anybody else have those wait a minute moments? Are you like, wait a minute, am I a genius? And no, probably not. Okay. Oh, and then here's the rest. Alright, so I have my regular Dollar Tree frame set up with the 18 pipe cleaners the way I always do it. Why does this never straight? Stay straight. And let's take a look at our ribbon. This is 2.5 by 75 feet. It's a lot of ribbon. And it's not terrible. It's just when I cut it, like if I dovetail it for tails, I have this in a wreath on my wall, and it is just, it's like shredded. So, if I was making a bow out of it and only cutting like 2 tails, I would just like spray it with a, you know, a spray adhesive or something, seal those edges in, whatever. I can't use it for tails because I don't want to do that 18 times per wreath, but I needed to figure out something to do with it. So, I was in bed, as I said. I was like, well, we made like the bow wreath before with the 6-inch deco mesh, and I was like, can I do that with the ribbon? And I could not think of a reason why I couldn't, so I got up out of bed and I cut all of this ribbon last night, and we're gonna see what happens. I don't know what happens. I have not tried this. I have not done a little demo for myself. I don't know. So I took the ribbon and cut it at 24 inches. Now let me take out my calculator real quick so we can do the math. Alright, we have 18 ties times 2, because we want to put 2 ribbons in each one. That's 36. 75 feet divided by 36 equals... Y'all knew I was not going to be able to do this, right? Okay. 75 feet times 12. It's 900 inches. Divided by 24 equals 37.5. We have 36. So when we're done, we should have 1.5, which the half is in the back because that was like a 12-inch piece. So if I cut everything correctly at 2 feet, 24 inches, we should have 1 left over. Who thinks I cut correctly? No one. No one. Okay, nobody. Okay. That's alright. I probably didn't cut correctly. But, I have 14 more spools of that ribbon. So, there we go. So, to make the little loops, you could just go in here, fold them over, put them in, pinch them, do them. I was sitting in my office, having my coffee, watching something on Hulu, and I just went through and did a little bit of hot glue, made these into like little bow ties, and I mean, it's just a little bitty bit of hot glue because I don't want to make it bulky or anything. So I did that, and hopefully we have 36. I don't know if this is going to be enough coverage. I may either have to add another loop to each tie or add another tie in each section. So if I needed to, once we get all of them on here, if it's not full enough, I'm just going to add 6 more pipe cleaners at the crossbars, and then I'll just cut 12 more pieces of ribbon. And I think that will definitely be enough. So here's all of this, and here's the rest of them. Let's hope that's 36. You never know. And here's my frame. So to get the middle, I'm just gonna, this is where it's glued. That's the middle. Pinch that together. That's the middle. Pinch that together. Cross them over. Oh good, there's an ant on this table now. My hands are super shaky today. Put them in there. And yeah, that's kind of exactly what I thought it was going to look like. I'm putting the cut sides down. Before I go any further, I'm gonna do like one section to see if it's gonna be full enough, which I'm thinking it is. Let's see. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I am going to leave the pipe cleaners long because ideally I am going to add tails to this. I don't know yet. I don't know if that's something I'm going to want to deal with, but I have an idea about how I might be able to do it without there being massive fraying. So we're going to see. The next thing I need to see if this one is going to cover enough in here, or if I'm going to have to add the second one. So let's see. This one I kind of cross them a little bit. So this one kind of reaches over there, and then this one should fill in this spot, hopefully. And if I could try to do some math in my head right now, I got on average 7 of these. No, I had 40, what did I say, 47? So like I had an average of 6 rolls of ribbon per box. Each box was $4, which makes each roll less than $1 if you don't count all the other stuff in the box, which some of it was like, you know, $40, a $40 pillow, a $30 sign. So I mean, technically this could be like a $1.50 wreath, $2 wreath. But of course, y'all know we're gonna add a bunch of stuff to it. I'm just making a base like I would with deco mesh. See, I've been watching some videos on other people getting their boxes, and apparently everybody got a bunch of Christmas stuff in their boxes, and not just random weird stuff. I was like, so nobody got slime except for me? I'm the only person who got 73 things of slime. What am I thinking here? You can still see the frame through this, but there's no tails yet. I'm gonna keep going. If I wanna, I mean, it's gonna be more of a pain to have to add these in when I'm done if I don't like it, but right now, let's just keep going. So yeah, but as a whole, like the grab bags, the grab boxes, I was like I've watched, I got mine, and then I watched a couple people online unbox theirs. I saw a couple on Instagram, and I was just like, eh. I just think this year, well, last year, people, we spent all year at home, and we wanted Christmas to be like fantastic, so everybody went out and bought a lot more than they normally do, so there wasn't a lot left over. Even at a place like Michael's, where, why are you buying Christmas things from Michael's? But, to each their own. If I could afford it, I would buy Christmas things from Michael's too, I guess. But yeah. I didn't see anything where I was like, oh man, I wish I would have gotten that. What are we doing here? What's going on with my hands? Don't you hate when your hands stop working? So I told myself when I was in Michael's, I was like, I'm gonna get 57 boxes. And then I said, no, you don't need 57 boxes, because I knew they were gonna be filled with ribbon. Because the last time I was at Michael's, it was after Christmas, all they had left was ribbon and a couple of some greenery, but I was like, eh. So I said, all right, I'm gonna get 5 boxes, and then I was like, I'm gonna get 8. I'm gonna spend $40, and I'm gonna get the 8 boxes. And then I got all my boxes, I put them on the side, and I went to go get some other stuff I needed while I was there. And I said, as a challenge to myself, I spent $5 on each of these boxes. I'm gonna make 8 projects. They don't have to be $5 projects, but I said if I buy 8 boxes, I have to make 8 things. I have to get 8 videos out of this. I have to get 8 finished products, either to give away to friends, to sell on Etsy. I mean, this might be my new thing. Y'all might see 47 of these wreaths. But yeah, I don't have a lot of materials to work with because, again, it was mostly ribbon. But because I got a couple of signs, it might be the end of the year before I finish my 8 projects, but I'll do it. I'll get there. Yeah, my hands are, okay, my hands are not working today. Man, can you imagine what a nightmare this would be if you sent it to somebody and it got like smushed? And then they'd have to fluff it back up? My mom put up her, I think it was her fall wreath. And she sent me a picture and she's like, look at my wreath. And I was like, oh my God, Mom, take that down right now. I said, you need to bring that inside. You need to fix that bow. And she's like, I fluffed it. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm coming over. Okay, I feel like my blood sugar is at like a 4. So that's something that's happening. So let me know below if y'all got boxes. I know I said this in my unboxing video, which you guys have seen by now. I don't know when, but let me know what you got. If it was anything decent or anything you think you could use. I watched someone today and they were like, this is garbage, I'm gonna throw this away. And I was like, you don't throw any, like I threw that yarn away because it's just, I'm not gonna sit there and untangle all of that. I'm not gonna use it first of all, and I'm not gonna sit there and untangle it. And I could give it to Goodwill and have somebody buy it and untangle it, but I think no, it's still in the garbage. I made a box of Goodwill last night after I was done unboxing everything and taking a break and then laying down and I took a nap before I did the unboxing. I went through and I made a box of donate, box of trash, a box of ribbon, which was a box and a half of ribbon, a box of the planner stuff, and a box of Toys for Tots. So I ended up condensing the 8 boxes down to 4 maybe? So the Toys for Tots box will get stored until next year. Not next year, next Christmas. The journaling stuff. I might want that planner for me. I don't know what I would want that for, but I'm not like a bullet journaler. If I have things that I need to say, I just come on here and I'm like, hey guys, let me tell you about my horrible depression. And like I don't have to-do lists. Well, I do, but I like them in my little, my planner that I have. You know, that has like a calendar and stuff in it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that stuff. But I think I might send that with Michelle. Not that she's gonna use it to like plan stuff, but her kids can play with that. Yeah, me and Clara's at an age where, you know, she might need like a little organizer or something for the school she doesn't go to, you know. Maybe by the time I get it to Michelle, it'll, Clara will be going back to a real school. Michelle actually told me, she's like, I think I'm coming in during the summer. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, I thought the virus was gonna get you. She's like, it is gonna get me, but she wants to come in because she knows she'll hopefully be vaccinated by then. I think her youngest is gonna be like, she's not gonna get it until fall. So they're gonna come down. Michelle's gonna come down, like in summer, and then I think everybody's gonna come down for like Christmas. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see where we're at with the vaccine and the pandemic and the whatever happens with whatever. Isn't it? I feel like one day I'm gonna look back on these videos and be like, man, there was a lot going on. I just want to tell my kids, I'm gonna be like, okay, listen. Let me tell you about 2020. Australia was on fire. There was rampant social injustice. There were insurrectionists, domestic terrorism, a pandemic, 2 impeachments, and a partridge, a pear tree, and also murder hornets. Did y'all forget about the murder hornets? Because I sure didn't. And who was sitting around and they were like, you know what? People are really stressed out. Look, I have one left over. Oh my god. Y'all, I actually cut something right. I can't believe that. Who was sitting around and were like, hey, we need to call these wasps something, or we need to call these hornets something. Somebody said, well, everybody's really stressed out about the pandemic, and like, you know, nobody has jobs and nobody can leave the house. Like, we don't want to add more stress. Let's just call them murder hornets. Yeah, why not? Okay, so... oh my god, the amount of poofing I could do on this wreath. You'll know how I am. Alright, so this is what I was worried about. Right here, and then I'm guessing again, right here. This would be a lot fuller if they had some more ties in those sections. So, let me break out yield calculator again. Using one, this is what you get with one roll. I mean, we're going to add some stuff to it. I'm going to make this into a little Easter wreath because I have a sign that matches this ribbon perfectly. Actually, I have two signs that match this ribbon perfectly. So this is what you get with one roll. And, I mean, depending on what you're going to add to it, that's fine. If you wanted to get, let's see, what do we say it was 75 times 12 equals 900. 900 inches, and then we want, instead of, we're going to do 24 ties, each with 2, so we divide that by 48. So if you cut your, oh, that'd be really short, huh? If you cut your ribbons at 18 inches, and then folded them in half, that would make them 9 inches overlap, so like 8.5, and then 4 1/4 coming out each side. So I mean, it would be like, it would have more in there. It would just be smaller. But I'm going to add more pipe cleaners, cut some more ribbon, and then we'll come back because I need to possibly drink an entire bottle of orange juice, which I do not have. But let me go test my blood sugar and cut some more stuff, and when I come back, we'll finish this up, adding, and see where we're at. Okay, I've cut some more ribbon, I have some more pipe cleaners. I'm not gonna worry about like smashing this right now because y'all know it's gonna get smashed 15 times. I'm just putting these at the crossbars, I guess. I know we call them something different every time I do a video. So I did have to open another roll, but you know, I would not buy this ribbon to make this project, but if it's in your grab bag, or if you just happen to have, you know, a whole lot of ribbon, maybe if you found a ribbon you really liked, and it would still be a pretty cheap ribbon, pretty cheap wreath, even if you bought, you know, some of the 2.5 inch rolls of ribbon from Craft Outlet are only, you know, $5 or $6. Okay, so got those in. See how this does. That's much better. These could be arranged a little, you know, arrange them however you want to cover. So, yeah, that's what we'll do. So, forget what I said earlier and do 24. And cut 48 pieces of ribbon at 2 feet each. I tested my blood sugar and it's like, it's fine. I mean, it's not super low. I feel like Patsy Outie? Is that a thing? So that's always fun. I like putting them in there stacked on top of each other, pinching them together, and then spreading them apart. Putting them in here like this, pinching them. Well, it's like a little pleat. Putting it in. That's not the project for me to be doing today. This is the last ones. So let me get this a little bit of fluffing. I'm just kind of getting my fingers in there. Putting things back up. Yeah, I think this would be pretty in that natural color. All the black and white, all the black and white. I mean, it's basically a big poofy ribbon wreath, which I'm sure somebody else has done before. But did they do it with 47 rolls of ribbon? Being a nice subdued version of a deco mesh wreath. And I know this is gonna get smushed the more I work on it, but I just wanna, if you wanted to stop here, I just wanna give you guys an idea of what that would look like. Okay, so that is 24 ties, two 2-foot, a 24-inch, two 24-inch pieces of ribbon in each one. And I think that's nice. You can still see through it. But, I mean, that's just a matter of coming through, making sure all these are open. But yeah, I am going to leave this here once again, and I'm just gonna go lay in bed and hopefully feel a little bit better. I don't feel bad, I just feel like I need to, I don't know. But I'll be back and we'll work on this some more. Okay, I have cut some tails, but I have to recut them because they look terrible. And none of them are even anymore because I cut them. Then I was like, I'm just gonna burn these. That'll be the easiest thing to do. Not so much. They all kind of got wobbly, so I'm gonna recut this, straighten everything out, and I've already sprayed them with a fabric stiffener, which looks like it's kind of doing the job. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I still think they're going to fry a little bit, but I'm usually pretty good about being able to control a lighter. But this was just like, as soon as the lighter got close, it was just like combusting. So I said, okay, I'm not dealing with setting my house on fire today for a wreath. So this is where we're at. And I have two signs that match this wreath. They are both huge, and they're both heavy, and I have found out that, not surprisingly, the ribbon does not hold up quite like Deco Mesh does. Because as soon as I put the signs on there to see which one I like better, the whole thing just kind of flattened out. So, it might not have a sign on it. I see these look better. I mean, you can kind of see how they it like rounds off right there when when the lighter hits it. I'll just wait until I invent my heated scissors that cut and seal at the same time. Maybe I should go on Shark Tank. And I'll be like, listen, this is a product I have. I don't really care who else has it, but I need it, so can you make it for me? It's a pair of scissors that get really hot. I guess I could just put these in like an oven. Okay. So even though I have 24 ties, I only cut 18. I only cut 18. Wait a minute, now I'm confused. I only cut 18 tails because I want them all around the outside, right? There's 12 around the outside, there's 12 around the inside. I don't want 12 tails coming out from the inside of this. I don't think that's necessary. this in, give it a couple twists, and snip it off. I mean, this is obviously the time when you would be using a different ribbon, but I might have to. It's so confusing. Everything's the same. I don't know that the tails are necessary, but hey, we're just trying things out here. Oh my god, if the neighbor's dog does not stop barking, I'm gonna break through the fence, release the dog, and then bring him to my house where he can stay inside. I don't know what that was. I think it was carrots. It's always carrots, isn't it? Something just fell. See, I was feeling really bad earlier. I talked to my mom. She was at work. I talked to her for a second, and I was like, I'm feeling really bad. I feel like my sugar's really low. I tested it. It was fine. And I just laid down for a little while. I don't know if I took a... Did I take a nap before or after I did the video? I don't remember. I took a nap at some point, and I woke up and I was feeling worse. And I was like, maybe I need to eat food. So I went and got something that had sugar in it. And what did I eat? I don't remember what I ate. I went and got a burger. I got a burger, ate that, laid down some more. And then I just had dinner, and I'm feeling better. My stomach really hurts, but I think that it's from picking up the grab bags yesterday, putting them in my cart, taking them out of my cart, putting them in the car, taking them out of my car, bringing them to the porch, taking them off the porch, bringing them into the laundry, into the kitchen, taking them out of the kitchen, bringing them in the living room, taking them from the living room, putting them on this table, taking them down, and then putting them back up here after the video was over to sort through everything. So I think I'm just a little sore in my abdomen, which I usually am. But yeah. This is a weird dovetail here. And I sold a wreath. I was getting ready to fall asleep. Or I had just woken up. I don't know when it was. But Etsy's so weird, y'all. I don't know. I know I can change this. I'm just like, I'm so excited when I sell something that I'm like, I can change it. I don't know if I'm going to. They email me, so I get a notification that I have email from my Gmail account. The Etsy app that you shop through also tells me that I've made a sale, and then the Etsy sellers app tells me again. So when I make a sale, I have 3 notifications on my phone, and the first one came through, and I was like, what is that? I could see that it was from Google. And I was like, what is this long email about? And then the other 2 came back, and I was like, oh. And I will show you guys which one it is. I haven't gotten around to, I printed out everything that I needed to do. I just haven't packed it yet because after the grab box unboxing, my shipping station's a little in disarray. But it is, let's see. I don't want to put her name up there. It's this Mardi Gras wreath. Will you turn? No, you don't turn. Okay. It's that one. Which, I think you guys may have seen already. I don't know. The one with the big fleur-de-lis in it. My mom was like, "Oh, you still been on the Mardi Gras Wreath? Is it going down here?" I said, "I don't know." And then I looked, and I'm pretty sure she is in MD. Is that Maryland? I said, out of all the Mardi Gras wreaths I've sold, I said one of them has stayed in the state. I said, I don't know what's going on, but people like them. I will send them wherever you want me to, as long as I don't have to fill out a customs form. When I was doing my my quilting classes, I was selling classes on DVD on Etsy, and every time I would get an order that was out of the country, I was like, ugh, because you'd have to go and fill out the form, and I'd have to deal with that horrible woman at the post office that kept trying to save me. That works with FedEx. I assume the shipping would be astronomical, which is why I have it set on Etsy, like, no. Like, I know how much shipping is. For you guys who live outside of the United States. So what are we thinking about this? Like, I know I'm doing this as like a, what do we call, a proof of concept? But I think, like, if you're like into farmhouse, like, this would be cute. Like, I'm gonna add some embellishments to it, obviously. I really don't think I don't think a sign is gonna work on here. I mean, it just, one of the signs I have is really big, which I'm okay with that, and one of the signs I have is just as big, but it's square, but it's extremely heavy. It's like 1.5 inches thick. I don't know where. It must be from Walmart. It's so heavy. I picked it up and I was like, oh God. I said, no ma'am. And I put it on here and it just went. Oh, and I went to the eye doctor yesterday after, and I know I talked about that a little bit in the haul video of the boxes. Went to the eye doctor, and my eye doctor's like, yo, your eye looks great. And he was like, you know, nothing's changed. And I was like, what about my bad eye? He's like, oh, we don't look at your bad eye anymore. And I was like, what if it's gotten worse? He's like, oh no, it can't get worse. And he pulled it up and he's like, yeah, see all this? See all of this stuff? And he's like pointing at the screen. And I was like, yeah. He's like, that's blindness. And I was like, oh, so I'm still blind? And he's like, yeah, that's the blindness right there. So I was like, all right. So he wants me to come back and do, I think he said it's called an ECT test. Not really sure what that is. He was just like, come back for an ECT test, and I was like, all right. Something to do with, because I was diabetic, and I'm like pre-diabetic now, after being not diabetic. Well, I was not diabetic, then I was diabetic, then I was not diabetic, and now I'm pre-diabetic. It's a long and sordid history. Something about seeing and making sure my eyes are okay, because I am blind. I am blind in my left eye completely. Well, shapes and shadows. You know, they do that thing where they're like, look at the bright light and we're going to take a picture and it's going to show us what behind your eye looks like. The woman had my head like in between her hands. And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna move you. And you know, like normally you would be like sitting straight on like this. She had my head twisted sideways, my forehead bent down. And she was like, okay, can you see the green light? And I was like, I am blind in that eye. So she's like, can you try to focus on it? And I was like, what do you need to know about me being blind? Do you know what blindness is? So I was like, can I cover my right eye? And she was like, you can do whatever you need to. We just need to see behind your eye. So I covered my right eye. And then I could see, I was like, all right, I can see the light. Because all I can really see is shapes and shadows and incredibly bright lights, apparently. So she's like, oh, that's perfect. And she took the picture. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I may be blonde in an eye, but that flash is so bright. So I go do my eye exam. He's like, everything looks good. We need to get your pressure under control because I have glaucoma and cataracts and blindness in my left eye. So he's like, yeah, let's get you a new pair of glasses because your prescription has changed. All right, these are all the outside ones done. And now I'm going to do every other one on the inside. I'm going to clip them all, but only every other one is going to get the ties because if I do more than that, I just think it's going to be like ties everywhere. So I go out there and like, the receptionist like, we need to schedule your ECT, and I was like, okay. She's like, how's February 2nd? And I was like, no. I said, no. She said, what day is good for you? And I said, any day. Any day, really. She said, February 2nd? I said, not that day. And she was like, what? I was like, it's my birthday. I said, I'm not spending it at the doctor's office. And she was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, that's fair. So we set it for the 3rd to go do this test, and then I went to go get my glasses. And, one of the women was on the phone with, I don't know who she was on the phone with. She was like, if the door's locked, just go in through the bathroom window. I know it's unlocked. And I was like, are you telling somebody how to like break into your house? Where are you coming from? What is this? So the other girl there is like, she's like, hey, and I was like, hey, it's been a while. She's like, yeah, it's been a while. She's like, you get new glasses? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I was like, which ones will my insurance cover? And she's like, oh, the ones on the right. And it's like, you know, I mean, it was probably like 50 pairs of sunglasses. Most of them are like unisex. And there's some that are like, alright, you know, they're like, okay. So then I pick them out. And she comes over and she's like, can I see your insurance card? And I was like, yeah. So I give it to her. And she goes off and she comes back. She was like, she's like, little problem. And I was like, what? She's like, your insurance doesn't cover glasses anymore. And I was like, the last time I was here, you told me I could get 3 pair a year. And now they won't give me any. And she was like, yeah, you know, it's just, and I was like, okay. So, they have this thing, which I don't know if everybody does this, but I know my eye doctor does. If you are low income, they will give you a $20 pair of glasses. Like, all you have to do is pay the $20. And you have to pick from the same wall. So you get the frames for free, they cover the lenses. So I'm looking at them and I'm like, all right, and I try all the ones that I've picked out on, and all of them are so small. Like, I got a big head, y'all. I got a big head, I got a big face, I'm a big guy. And every one I tried on, I was like, these look like little Harry Potter glasses. So I'm like trying them on. And she's like, she's like, I think those are too small. And I was like, yeah. And there's one, there was a pair that I liked. But let me show y'all my glasses right now. They are terribly smudgy because I haven't cleaned them. See how they are brown at the I can't see what I'm showing you because I don't have my glasses on. See how they're brown at the top and then this part is clear? All right here, inside this little ledge, is filled with, I'm assuming, old skin, face masks, and so much glitter. The whole thing's filled with glitter. So I showed her that and I was like, I don't want any glasses like this. And of course the one pair I liked were clear at the bottom and I was like, I can't do that. I said, I have been trying to get this stuff out of these lenses since I got these glasses. So she's like, let me go look in the back. So she goes and looks in the back and I'm like kind of wandering over to like the expensive frames. And I was like, no, Adam, you don't need expensive frames. Nobody sees you. And I didn't go over there being like, I need expensive glasses. I just went and I was like, maybe. So I'm like, I probably won't find anything. So I see this pair that are just, they're big, they're tortoiseshell, they're matte. And I was like, oh. And I put them on and I looked at myself and I was like, oh, I am David Rose. I was like, I am Dan Levy. I'm living my best life right now. So she comes back, she's like, I couldn't find any more of our glasses for poor people. And I was like, what about these? And she's like, those look really good. And I was like, how much are they? And she says, she's like, they're $99. And I was like, oh. I was like, how much are they with the lenses? She's like, well, why are you sticking out? She said, our program will pay for the lenses, which that's the most expensive part. And then you'll just have to pay for the frame. So it ended up, you know, they ended up being like $120. And she said they would be like, you know, 7 to 10 days. And she was like, do you want to pay all of it now or some of it now and some of it later? I was like, I will pay all of it now and then my mommy will come back and buy me these for my birthday present. And she was like, oh, that's your birthday present? And I was like, well, you know, sometimes you don't get to choose what you want. But I did get to choose what I wanted for my birthday, and I had to pay for it myself. But I did buy me a Nintendo Switch, because y'all know how long I have been talking about wanting the Nintendo Switch so I can play Animal Crossing, because I love Animal Crossing. So I got the Switch Lite. It's coming tomorrow. I'm super excited about it. If you play Animal Crossing, let me know and we can do whatever you do, because I haven't played it in so long. I don't know what people do anymore. I want to play Animal Crossing, I want to play Pokemon, I want to be able to get in my bed when I don't feel good and just sit there and play something cute that takes my mind off of everything. Is that too much to ask? While I'm wearing my expensive glasses. There was another pair that I really liked too, but they were $159, and I was like, oh no, I can't do that. I was like, I cannot. I was like, that is enough material for like 6 wreaths. I was like, I can't spend that for something that's gonna put on my face and only people are gonna see it once a week when I go to Walmart. Oh, it's like I go to Walmart every day, huh? Sometimes you gotta go see your mama when they work like an old hound dog, old plow mule. She'd like me calling her plow mule on the internet. Alright, so this is my last one. I am cutting it. Yeah, see, this is what I'm worried about with this wreath, is that every time I do something to it, it is just getting that. That is happening. And that happens to bows, but bows don't make up the entire wreath when we use deco mesh or grapevine or whatever, but well, sometimes they do take up the entire wreath, don't they? But at least this is easy to fluff out. I mean, they're nice big loops. I think what I might want to do is, like, I'm gonna get it fluffed out the way I want, and then I'm gonna spray it with the fabric stiffener that I used on the tails, just to see if that gives it some more body. Because I mean, if you had, let me see if I can find one. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can find one. Like, if you had this ribbon and you were making bows out of it, that would be nothing. Like, this is, I mean, you can see the difference between how thin this is and how heavy body this is. Like, I think this ribbon would stand up really well, but it's also like $7 for 10 yards. So you need, like, you know, 3 rolls of it or something. I'm gonna try to figure out the yardage once I'm done. But yeah, so we want to make this a little Easter wreath. Let's just talk about the signs. I'm 90% positive I'm not gonna use them. But we will make this a little, that's gonna fall. I mean, we just have to deal with that, I guess, huh? just make this a little Easter wreath that is very understated, because I'm just gonna add some little things to it. This is the first one, and you're like, oh, that's cute. Look how cute it is. The plaid matches the plaid. This bunny is made out of metal, and look how thick the sign is. Let me actually measure it. Yeah, it's almost a ½ inch thick. So, it's heavy, and I mean, did you see the sinkage? Hopefully you could see that. And to keep it on here, I would have to secure it right to the frame, which would mean squishing everything else. And I could fluff out around it, but I can't fluff that stuff out because it'd be like all the way down on the frame. My other option is, you know what, can I just like shake this into looking good? Kinda. Wow, that worked a lot better than I thought it would. Oh, it hurts my back, but it works pretty good. Okay, so whoever buys this wreath, that's what you gotta do when you get it. Yeah, so that one's out just because it's really, if it was lighter, maybe, but it's incredibly heavy. This is the other one I have, but this is from, yeah, these are both from Walmart. This is from last year. This one's cute, except it's bigger than the wreath itself, and it would fit in a box. But I'm not worried about that. It's just, again, it's like a ½ inch thick. So I think let's, I mean, you could leave it like this. I like it like this. I'm gonna add these natural colored Easter eggs. They're not glittery. They just like, you know, the speckled brown eggs and green eggs and cream eggs and gray. Okay. I'm gonna add these to my ties just because this is lacking color and I want it to be an Easter wreath, but I don't want it to be an obnoxious pastel, glitter, gingham, fantasy. Oh, okay. Come on out, everybody. And our glue should be nice and hot because I turned it on early. This is going to be a mess trying to find the centers of these. But we're going to do it. Should I leave out these because they're so close? No, those will work. Okay. And I'm dipping. And I'm sticking. And I think I have some that are bigger than this. I do have some that are bigger than this, but I think they're going to be too big. They're going to be, I mean, I could put them like around, but I think they're going to be too big to go in every tie. See, like it's just the buffalo check, but there's also going to be little hints with the eggs. I don't like the way that felt. You know what I think is happening? I'm putting I put the bow part in, and then I put the ties in, and I twisted the bows to the left, and then I twisted the ties to the right, which untwists the bow. So sometimes I need to go in there and retighten those. So we have come to the portion of the video where I am almost done. I'm almost about to finish this up and go jump in a nice hot shower. Yeah, this one's kind of loose too. I've decided that I would like to be a little bit more transparent about pricing. Not because of the comment about the wreaths being overpriced or expensive or whatever, like, you do you. Just helping other people, I guess. And what is wrong with this one? It feels like so... Oh, you know what? We'll just glue. We'll just glue. These are really gonna blend in. So, the question we have is, I got 47 rolls of ribbon for $40. Does that mean that you only pay, let's say they were $1 each. And this one has 1.5, so we'll say there's $1.50 worth of ribbon. There's $1.50 worth of a frame. That's $3. Do you get this wreath for $9 because I triple my cost? And the answer to that is no, you do not. Because here's the thing. If I paid $1 for this, if I paid $10 for this, it still took me the same amount of time to make it. So while I would not charge somebody $15 for this ribbon, well, it would be 15 and then 7, so it would be like, I don't know. I don't know what 15 plus 7 is. 22, which would then make the ribbon 66. I would not charge that. I would, however, charge the price of the box. So each roll of ribbon, $5, 1.5 rolls, so that is $7.50. Let's just do 8 because I can't add. 8 times 3 is 24. These eggs were 6, that's 18, which is 24 plus 18 is 34, 42. 42. The frame is 2, let's say. 45 plus 25 for shipping is $70. Which I'm going to have to go back and reestablish that because, I don't know, it's not that that seems high, but compared to me charging you $15 for the ribbon, which would mean that you would be paying 45 and then 60, 75 just for ribbon. And then 18, which would be, yo, let's not pretend like this is a freaking math channel. You know what? Lots of people do math. If you want math, go to another channel. I'm just saying, I'm not going to charge somebody $15 for Michael's ribbon. Michael shouldn't be charging it. If anything, if I didn't have such a surplus of this, and if I didn't want to get rid of some of this and turn it into money that I can spend on something else, I would probably figure out what the 40% off price of that ribbon is. Which, if it's $15, it would be $6 off, so it would be $9. So 9 times 3 is 27, plus the other half a roll for the ties would be 450 times 3, 1350. So like $40 for ribbon, plus 18 for eggs is 58. yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of ways you can do it, and that all depends on, ultimately, on what you want to make. I don't care about making my money back for these materials because this was basically free. I mean, that pillow that was $34 paid for everything that I wanted. You know, I like the pillow. It would have been $34. And even if I didn't, I got enough stuff to donate to Toys for Tots next year that I feel comfortable being like, all right, I spent $40. I got 2 pillows that I liked. I got those garlands that I really liked. So all the ribbon, basically just gift with purchase to me. So I'm not concerned about the materials. I am concerned right now with that while I'm sitting here filming this, talking to you guys, I could be making something else. So it's my time. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe I should have used the glittery ones because these aren't showing up too good. But that's what we want. We just want something subtle. We don't need something to scream in our face that the Easter Bunny lives here. We just want to say, hey, the Easter Bunny comes here to relax. Okay? And he's not an Easter Bunny, he's a hare. That's what he is. I used to dream about having the Araucana. Is that what they are? The Araucana chickens that lay the eggs like this? I would watch Martha do it and she'd be like, these are my Araucana chickens. They're mean as hell, but the eggs are beautiful. And I was like, oh, I want chicken so bad. Because I do eat eggs like every day. And you can't tell me there is not a huge difference between buying eggs at Walmart and getting eggs that are still warm from a chicken's butt. That's where the chicken's eggs come from, right from the butt. I texted Michelle earlier. Speaking of things that come out of butts, I texted Michelle earlier. And I said, I'm having a really bad day. And she didn't text me right back. And I said, will you film a video of Corinne falling down the stairs to make me feel better? Or Clara getting kicked by a kangaroo? And she doesn't say anything. And she sends me back this video of her calling Corinne downstairs. And Corinne gets to like, Michelle's got those stairs that like come down to a landing and then it goes over and then it goes down again. She's like, Corinne, come here. She goes to the landing and then she just like lays down on the ground and kind of like halfway slides down like 2 of the steps. And I was like, no. I was like, that doesn't work for me. And then she asked why I didn't feel good. And I told her it was because I had rabies. Which she did not believe. So, I'm probably gonna go get rabies just to prove Corinne wrong. Because y'all know she's my nemesis. Oh, one of these days. I love these little eggs all over the place. These look like those, what is it, like the malted milk ball eggs? I love those. I like to put them in my mouth and let them sit there until like, you know when you bite down on them like there's nothing left on the inside? But nobody sent me melted milk ball eggs. Even though I could have used some today when I was like, my sugar is not working. I'm gonna pass out. And my mom was like, go get you a Donald Duck orange juice. And I was like, yeah, I can't drive. But I did drive. I did the thing that needed to be done to keep myself alive. I didn't get Donald Duck orange juice though. I should have. But I didn't feel like going all the way to Dollar Tree. I went to the Family Dollar. And I walked in and I was like, man, this store is super crappy. Wow. manager's like, sir, every time you come in here, could you not loudly proclaim how crappy our store is? And I was like, well, it is. Your string cheese is always expired. Is your string cheese expired today, Cynthia? And she's like, I don't know. We don't check to see if the string cheese is expired. We just leave it on the shelf forever. One time I went there because I wanted bacon. It was like Sunday morning. I was like, oh my God, I just want bacon. I just want like a bacon and cheese sandwich. Went there. They had like 50 packs of bacon. I grabbed one and I was like, oh, this is expired. So like I moved it and got like another one. And every pack was expired. And I brought them up, all of them up to the counter, put them on the counter. She said, you need this much bacon? I said, these are all expired. She said, well, we can't keep them up here. I said, you need to get rid of them. She was like, can you go put them back in the case? And I was like, seriously? Seriously, Cynthia? I don't know what her name was. That was another girl. She used to work there. She was like, oh my God, you think you're too good to eat bacon that expired 4 months ago? And I was like, yes, I do think I'm too good to eat expired bacon. Okay, so did the eggs do much? No. Was it worth it? Sure, why not? We hung out. I wasted a little time. My back feels better when I'm sitting in this chair for some reason. But now I get to go. Y'all, let me tell y'all what is so relaxing to me. I'm gonna try to floof this up. What is so relaxing to me, which is not super relaxing, it's not as relaxing as it could be. I like going in the bathroom, taking a lipstick. Okay, y'all paying attention? Taking a lipstick, a red lipstick. I like a red one the best. Take it, go up to the mirror, and I write down, no one is prettier than you. And that makes me feel good and relaxed. No, I like to go in the bathroom. And turn on my space heater. Kind of close the door, even though I know that the dog, who does not want to come in the bathroom at all, is going to sneak into the bathroom once I'm in the shower, leaving the door wide open. Turn on the space heater, get it nice and hot, get the water nice and hot, get in the shower, turn on a podcast, get in the shower, and just stand there and just let it just pound down on my back until I get third-degree burns. And I'm like, oh my God, this feels terrible, but the third-degree burns are not as bad as the back pain. So there you go. That's what I like to do. That's what I'm gonna do. If y'all are wondering what happens after these videos are over, that's what happens. I go in the bathroom, I get it real hot now, and I take a very long shower and listen to podcasts. What I like to do. And then I listen to podcasts about movies and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna watch that movie, and then I never do. Okay, so here is our ribbon wreath. There are still some spots that are showing, but I have not spent the time of fluffing this that I would, because like this is 3 loops right here. Can you see this? These are 3 loops right here that are all completely flat. Like these are all basically flat. So yeah, once they're opened up, things are better, right? I think so? Yeah, that looks better. And the eggs are there. They're just kind of like a peekaboo thing. I still think you can see too much of the frame, but... Okay, so that's an option. This is an option. Would I do it differently next time? Yes, I would probably start off with the 24 since I added the 24 ties. And maybe I would do 3 pieces instead of 2. Business! Chillax. Chillax, son. I might do 3 pieces instead of the 2 because I have enough ribbon to do that, and it could be a little fuller. And maybe I would use the bigger eggs. I don't know. We'll see. I'll make another one. But yeah, So if you have the ribbon, try this out. I might go through, you know what I might do? I might go through and glue a backing of the ribbon around here so you can't see. Can you see through? I mean, you can, like right here, just so, business, stop! So you can just, you know, it'll disguise it a little bit more, but I think that looks cute. I think my mom would actually like that too, and she always hates my wreath, so. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and let me go deal with this dog. He must want me to, you want a kangaroo to punch you? What is it? You gotta go outside? You gotta go outside? Alright guys, I'll see you later. Bye.